So last time I left off, we were pulling the motor out of the 240, and the motor is now gone. There's no more KA. You can look on the floor, look around. All I have left is this bone stock KA motor. Nothing over here. I'm not gonna show you what's on the engine stand yet. Bunch of car parts. But yeah, there's no KA longer in the car whatsoever. The KA is gone. Now, to get on with the new motor that we're gonna be putting in this bad boy for the 2020 season, and hopefully a couple events in 2019, but I don't know how well it's gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna get it all done in time yet. I would really like it to, but we got a lot of work to do and a lot of parts still left to buy. So I'm going to show you what the new motor is, so get ready in 3. You gotta cover your eyes. 3, 2, 1. It's a small block Chevy carbureted motor. Iron block, 350, 2-bolt main. Now I'm just playing. Here's the new motor. It's an aluminum block, 6.2 liter LS3. Now we took the heads off because, well, one, it had a broken stud in it, and I had to take the head off because it's easier to get the broken stud off without the head. And number 2 is we installed these new valve springs from TrickFlow. They are 660 lift springs, I do believe. These are also the stock rocker arms. We're probably going to be getting rid of these because they have problems failing with the needle bearings because there's nothing that holds this cap in. So we took the heads off to do that. There's one head. There's a second head sitting there. So we got those 660 lift springs in. I also went ahead and put the ISR motor mounts on. Those things are absolutely gorgeous. So this is a true LS3 motor with the LS3 heads. It either came out of a Camaro or a Corvette. One of the two. We don't know which one. Around 2010 is the year it came out with. So this motor bone stock puts out 436 horsepower, something like that. So we got the motor mounts on, we got the trans mount, we got the Mellings high pressure oil pump. We also got a camshaft in there, the VVTi delete, long tube headers. Underneath this box is the Y pipe to connect to the blast pipes, because you know we got to keep them blast pipes on us. And this is the full swap kit with the adapter to mount the CD009 to an LS motor. So we're still going to be using the CD009. Came with a bell housing, clutch, throw out bearing, flywheel, all the goods. Still going to use this. Didn't have to buy a short shifter because we got that serial 9 on there. But yeah, these are all the parts I have so far. Motor mounts, oil pump, valve springs, camshaft, VVTi delete, headers, Y pipe, swap kit. I'm still waiting on the oil pan. They said that should be here in, should be 3 weeks now, because it had to be made. They didn't have any oil pans in stock. I still got a lot left to buy. I have to buy an intake. Have to buy a new water pump. What else do I gotta buy? A new alternator and power steering bracket. Power steering pump. Also have the drive shaft. It's leaning against the wall right there. So we went with an aluminum one instead of a steel one because it's only like $90 more expensive, so might as well go with aluminum. And as you may have noticed when I came over here, I don't have a driver's seat anymore. We're going to be going with a nice FIA approved, probably a halo seat to protect my head a little bit. But yeah, motor's out of the 240. We're moving on to LS things. I didn't ever want to do an LS swap, but I'm gonna have to. And see how I look. It's my hair. It's kind of hard to work this camera because it's not flipping upside down. So, along to go with the LS stuff. There is a bunch of information out there on LSs, so that's a good thing. But it also is kind of frustrating because there's so much information out there and so many parts that you can take from one LS motor and put on another LS motor. You can basically swap any part, but when you swap one part, you may have to swap another one, or the part you have currently may not work. there's just a lot. There's so much information out there and so many different manufacturers. It's kind of, it's a little confusing to figure out what I need all for the swap. Whereas a KA, there's not many manufacturers that make stuff for KA, so it's pretty straight cut forward. You know what you need to get. Whereas in LS, there's so many different products out there, so many different companies, so many different options that it's a mix and match game to figure out what you need. So for this season, for 2019, the rest of 2019, we're gonna try to get this motor running with a stock bottom end, with a cam, and valve springs. It's basically all we're gonna do for this motor for the 2019 season. And then 2020 comes, we're gonna do a bore and stroke kit on it, high compression. We're gonna do some heads on it. Leave the intake. The intake we're buying is a Fast 102 LSXR that has been ported. So we'll leave that intake because that intake's really good. And we're just gonna keep it naturally aspirated. I know it sounds crazy, but a naturally aspirated LS3, we're gonna make around 14:1 compression, which is insane. Factory is 10:1, I believe. And a lot of people do when they do stroker kits, they usually get 12:1 compression out of it, but we're gonna be getting 14:1 compression out of this bad boy motor. And we're gonna try to rev to 8 grand is what I would like to rev to. That's a really high number, but we're gonna try for it. So we'll have an LS3 stroker motor. It'll be a 416 cubic inch motor. Technically be a 6.8 liter around there. Stroker kit, high compression, 14:1, heads on it. Along with the intake, the long tube headers, and the cam, we should relatively get close to 700 naturally aspirated wheel horsepower. Now it'll probably be like 670, but still that's pretty crazy for naturally aspirated, and that way we can keep up with the big dogs. Reason I'm going naturally aspirated: 1, no turbos. There's less problems, there's less oil leak problems you have to have. Turbo seals don't go bad because I don't have a turbo. And not gonna go with the supercharger on this car because you introduce belt and you have to make sure the belt has full grip on all the pulleys. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But anyway, you have to make sure it has maximum grip. You could slip belts, not make the right amount of boost, lose boost when you're slipping the belt. You can also blow a belt out and rip everything underneath your hood electronically. So naturally aspirated, there's less mechanical parts involved, so there should be less of a headache and less having to work on it. That's why we're doing naturally aspirated in this car, just to try to keep it simple, because I want to get seat time. I'm tired of not getting seat time, so that's why we're going to do naturally aspirated. If we can't make it for the 2019 season, we're just going to go ahead and build the motor for 2020 and get it ready sooner. But if we can't get out there, I would like to at least make 2 or 3 more events with the LS swap. Just stock short block, basically stock heads just with valve springs and a cam. So that's what we got so far. That'll probably be the end of this series, the Road to Pro-Am Season 1. Unless we somehow get this car running, because I still got to buy an ECU Haltech engine harness. My dash, display and everything. So we still have a lot of parts to buy, intake. So we're gonna see what happens, but stay tuned, see what happens with all this lovely magic that we got going on with this new LS project. Never done an LS, so this will be fun, entertaining. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know I'm doing the typical LS swap thing, but there's a reason people do it, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and hopefully we can get this car back up and running soon. So that's all I got for you guys. Peace.